Okay, I haven't uploaded a video in a long time. I do have a lot. The time you watch this, you'll probably see like 3 or 4 other videos. As the time of this, I haven't uploaded in like maybe 2 weeks. I'm starting to feel better now. I picked this computer up. I actually picked up 2 of them. So I have this one. And another one. So like you see that. So I have 2 of them. So what I'm going to do in this video is, post it, see if they both turn on. Now they're supposed to have 8 gigs of RAM. I'm hoping that it's one 8 gig stick. Hoping it's one 8 gig stick. So he said he put 250 gig or 156, I think, 156 gig SSD plus as a 2 terabyte hard drive. It's supposed to have an i5 8600 in it. This is an HP, you see, HP 400G at G5 MT. So it is kind of dirty. It needs to be cleaned. Might be scratches on it, but there's something stuck on here. I do have 2 of them. I have a purpose for them. I won't mention that because I haven't even uploaded the video for that purpose. But the purpose I have, I'm putting something in here that the system I have it in now, I'm not getting the full performance out of it. So I'm gonna put it in this. This is way better than the other one because it's for the other systems, a little bit still nice, but a little bit slower than this one. So this would be the purpose of, I got 2 of them. He had them listed for $75 each, and he's like, well, I have 2 of them. I put in this, forgot to put in the description that I had 2 of them. Thought he only had one. He had $75 each. It's like the button to open it, but I was like, I just take one because all I have is 120, cash. I was like, well, if you take 120 for both of them, I'll take both of them. And really, only buying one for a purpose, myself or whatever, to do, the swap out again, like, because I bought 2 different computers and I couldn't swap the CPUs out. One of them refused to work with the newer CPU in it, but the older CPU was actually faster than the other one, so it was like, would have been a good match there for what I was wanting to do. This is definitely going to be a good match. Yeah, obviously you can see it has a DVD-ROM. 2. These are USB 3.0s, I believe. Yeah, in the front. Some of them had an option for a card reader. This one doesn't. Here's your power button. Looks like ventilation in the front. We'll see how good of ventilation that is. It's kind of decent. I can see through into the back, through the front. So you just go ahead and open this. It just has a thumb screw on it, right here. It originally had Windows 10, I think Pro, but he did upgrade it since it is an 8th gen. Did upgrade it to Windows 11, so that was meeting another purpose I needed the system for. Is put this off to the side. So it is pretty dusty. Here is the SSD. So it is it's 128 gig. I mean, not what I said, like 150. So it's 128 gig Samsung. It's a 840 Pro. I'm assuming the other drive has one, and it is just sitting here. And this is a 2 terabyte hard drive, Seagate. What is the manufacturer date on it? 2014, 8th month of 2014. These are just like the other systems I have worked on before. You pop these off and then this will come out. Okay, and then this drive, you lift up, pull forward, and then this will come out. And pull it back more because the DVD-ROM sticks out. Okay, so can't take you off there because of the way the mic's set up now. But here is a system. What does this say? 800 or 180 watts max power supply, but it is 80 plus gold. I don't like that for the purpose I have intended for. Just check over here. So here is a power supply that I got, that I have from that motherboard that had what it had, a Ryzen 5 1600X in it. I don't know if this works or not, but it's the same kind of power supplies, the same connectors, all this is the same. So in this one, I keep saying so, but this is still an 80 plus gold rated power supply, and it says maximum power shall not exceed 310 watts. So this is 310 watts versus this one is just max power should not exceed 180. So this is a 180 watt, this is 110. Everything looks the same about it. This should be actually a newer, or closer to it. I don't know if these have a manufacturer date on it, but at least this is a 310 watt, and I can swap these out. You know, obviously going to do another video of what the purpose of one of these is. I don't know what one I'm going to keep yet. I think I have someone in the building that might want one of these. That's why I got two of them. I'm probably going to drop in that 730 I have to compare. I think the onboard graphics is actually really good on one of these versus the 730. I don't think there's going to be like a performance game adding a 730 in here. I know the 730 outbeats like a 6th or 7th gen CPU, but I don't know about an 8th gen. So this will be put in one of them to do the upgrades, you know, that I tend to do. So the system is, you know, a little bit dusty. Definitely dusty in here. You can still see the heat sink in there. There's a gap between it, but there is a good amount of dust in it. Good amount of dust on the rear fan, so that's good. It has a rear fan in it. So you just button this back up again. Like I said, you know, it does have a Wi-Fi slot, but no Wi-Fi in it. But I do have, you know, 3 Wi-Fi's, you know, Wi-Fi modules here. I think there's 3 of them. I know one doesn't have Bluetooth on it for sure. I don't know about the other 2. This has 2, so I won't use 2 antennas. So I can't use that one. This one has 2 antennas too. Huh. Yeah, I only have this case doesn't have antennas, so I do have 2 antennas for it. I was hoping both of these would have one. So I'm going to put Wi-Fi in both of these machines and then run a stock, you know, antenna to it. So, and it does have well, they're the same computer, so I'm assuming they're both going to have Wi-Fi chips in it. Maybe the other one has Wi-Fi on it. I don't know. It does have an NVMe NVMe slot in it, so you could put an NVMe in it. He said SSD, and I seen the ad before, and he removed the ad. I was kind of thinking that, you know, the guy might just be one of these kind of sketchy, you know, like email me the money now kind of deal. But, you know, it didn't turn out that way. He's like, oh, I'm out of town now. That's why I kind of was thinking, oh, this is just a scam, right? So you just put this cover back on. I want to put it all back together. Yeah, I was thinking that it was probably like one of these scam deals. It's like, well, if you really want it, you know, I got a lot of people wanting it. So if you want it, you need to send me some money, kind of thing. And then he's like, you know, today he messaged me. He's like, hey, I'm downtown now. You know, you want to meet up? I was like, yeah. Just let me know when you get here. You know, because he's already out and about, I guess. But just go ahead and try this. I do have an adapter on here because this only has a display port and VGA. I guess I could go VGA, but I already had this setting up here. So it's a display port to DVI. So we'll plug this in the back. Should work as long as all the drivers on here. Like he said, you know, he upgraded to Windows 11. Does have a slot missing in the back for, like, maybe it had a video card, maybe it didn't. This is already set to the monitor's already set, turned on. So just give this a try. Hopefully my audio's all working. You know, I hate doing like a video thinking everything's working and then have no audio, but everything's hooked up, so it should be fine. So the power button's right here. Just hit the power button. Well, it sounds like I got the fan. Yeah, it says fan air. I heard that, so I must have moved a cable in the way of a fan. So you just turn this back off. At least, yeah, the SATA cable for the DVD-ROM was hitting the fan. So you just try this again. So I don't need a. So you just hit the power button again. Now that's going to be in the logs that the fan didn't work. So there you go. There's HP showing up. Can you see that on the screen? Let's see what's going on. Okay, it just says user on here. Most people who do computers will say that. I'll end up redoing this anyway. So let's check this out and see what we have. See if we actually have the specs that he says. Open a task manager up. I don't know if you can see that. I think I can change the zoom on it. Can I? Let's try to zoom in. Zoom in some more. Okay. That definitely seems unstable. So just try this again. So, what do we got? 85. So it only has an 8500. He had it listed as an 8600. That's still fine. You know, it's 8th gen. I don't think an 8600 is going to perform that much faster than an 8500. You know, it's better than an 8400, I guess you could say. One thing I didn't even look at was a RAM. But yeah, it says it has 8 gigs of RAM in it and 2 out of 2 slots, so it only has 2 slots for RAM, and it's 2 4 gig sticks. That kind of sucks because I was gonna pull one of the 8 gig sticks and put it in this, and then put 2 4 gig sticks in the other system. Maybe the other system still has 1 8 gig stick in it. I'm assuming they're identical. Hopefully this other system, when we boot it up, will have the 8600, and I'd rather have an 8600. Obviously, it's, you know, everyone will want a little bit more performance. So, can you see that even? Yeah, you can see it has an 8500 and not an 8600. It has, you know, 8 gigs of RAM. Here is the Samsung. It even says Samsung 840 Pro. You know, 120 whatever it said. And here is a 2 terabyte hard drive, and right now it's running off of Intel UHD graphics, is 630 graphics. Obviously Windows is activated, but yes, let's see what we have here. Activation status. And so it has Windows 11 Pro, and it is activated. Activated status is good, so it is activated. You have to check that because some systems, like, yeah, this can run Windows 11 natively. 8th gen is like the first from Intel that will support Windows 11, but sometimes people will install Windows, like Windows Home, and the system should have had Windows Pro, so it would say it's not activated. So in this case, it's activated with Windows 11 Pro. So Windows 10 Pro was activated on the system, and he upgraded it. I'm going to hit the power button so you can see it shutting down. And then I'm going to grab the other one and set it up here. No need to open it, or just set it up here. So make sure the system is completely powered off. So we'll zoom back out a little bit. You can see me unhooking this one. Okay, so here's this one. Like I said, you know, here's this. Here's the secondary one. Now this is supposed to have the same specs as the other one. It's supposed to have the same size SSD. Don't know what one it is. So it still has USB ports. This one doesn't have the optional, you know, card reader, the power button here. Here's the DVD-ROM, which most people don't use a DVD-ROM. But if you're like me, you know, you have a large DVD collection, you can use this as a DVD player at the minimum. You know, if you're like me, I do have an external Blu-ray drive, right? So if I want it, you know, if I wanted to, it says DVD-ROM, but it is a Blu-ray in here. If I wanted to, I could pull this. Well, it says Blu-ray right here, right? Yeah, right here. So I could pull this Blu-ray drive out of here and put it in here. Then, you know, put VLC or something like that on here, some other program to actually play Blu-rays. But I can make this into a Blu-ray player, and you know, it's like, yeah, you have a smart TV, but you have a computer that's a Blu-ray player. Well, at this moment, it's a DVD player. DVD player built in. Even if you don't like, even if you're not like me and have a large DVD collection, like, if you ever buy a library, you get a library card. You can put movies on hold that are not out yet on DVD. Once they get them, they'll send you a notification. Make sure you have it set up for email or text, whatever one you do, you will notice the most. So you could get a movie that's not out yet, put it on hold so you're higher up on the hold list. They get that DVD or Blu-ray. If in this case you need to put a DVD on hold, you can just put it on hold, and then once they get it, you can go pick it up. So you get a new movie, which in, you know, sometimes they'll have them pretty quick, I guess, maybe a month or whatever after it comes out. I don't know how long they take, but you can even, you know, you can go pick up movies. If you have your address verified, you can get like 20 movies at a time, 7 days. If you haven't watched them in the 7 days, you can renew them. I don't know how many times you can renew them, but at the minimum, you have a DVD player sitting here. You know, like, and plus you can do all your other media stuff off of it. Anything that calls online, you can watch. So hooking in the display port to DVI adapter and the power. So just zoom back up. Well, hit the power button again. So you see what happens. Is it turning on? Okay, it turned on. Well, it gave me a beep or so. So you see what happens. Nothing. Golly, what in the world? We guess fan spin. Okay, it's turn this one off. I noticed something. One of the wires is actually unhooked. So I did not open it. Guess I'll have to cut this off. Where, you know, you slide that up a little bit and then lift it up. I do see, yeah, this one wire's unhooked. Okay, that's weird, but okay. And this one has the same deal with the other one, 180 gig hard, 180 80 watt power supply, 80 plus gold. Let's put the front piece back on. Make sure it's all snapped in, and put the front piece back in. Put the cover back on, slides in, pushes forward. Now you just try this again. Hit the power button again. Are we doing anything? Let's take this cover off. I can't tell if we're doing anything. Okay, power's on. Okay, there we go. HP. So it booted in, starting up. This is actually a different SSD. It's still Samsung. Okay, and then, well, that was kind of quick once it said user. So, this SSD is a, what is this? This is a 450 Evo. It's still 128 gigs. So it isn't bad for an operating system, I guess. And it has a 2 terabyte. This is a HGST, you know, and there's a manufacturer date on it. 2014 again, so this drive is probably replaced. I don't think this computer come out in 2014, but okay. I can already see it has 2 4 gig sticks in it, or well, it has 2 sticks of RAM in it. So let's zoom in again so you can see what's going on the monitor. It is Windows 11. I think that's going to be close enough. It is Windows 11. Let's open Task Manager again. Dang it. Same thing again. He advertised as an 8600. It has an 8500. I guess it's really no big deal. Kinda still disappointing. You know, you obviously want a faster CPU. You'd rather, you know, like if he advertised an 8500 and I got an 8600, I'd be more excited that way, because I'm actually getting a faster CPU than what I was expecting. This way I'm getting a little bit slower. It's probably 1-2% slower, something like that. And then we have the RAM. I didn't even mention the speed of the RAM before. It's 2666. It's at least what Windows is showing. I don't know the RAM speed. It might be 3200. It might be just 2666. And then it's showing up as a Samsung. Can you even see this, right? Yeah. So it's showing up as a Samsung SSD. It's an 840 Evo. 120. It says 120 gigs. Perfectly fine. What are we using out of it, anyways? So we have 85 gigs free. We're using 25.8 gigs. Yeah, both systems I will do, you know, a reinstall of the operating system. Check one other thing real quick. System again. Activation status. Okay, we're this system has Windows 11 Pro again. Windows is activated with the digital license, so they're both, you know, both activated with Windows 11. Like I said, I don't see Wi-Fi. Yeah, this one doesn't have a Wi-Fi module. They're both identical. They have this one has an NVMe slot too. Like I said, I have 2 Wi-Fi modules here that I could put Wi-Fi in both of them. Hopefully, I definitely know one of these doesn't. One of these here does not have Bluetooth. I'm not for sure what one, but they're maybe all 3 of them doesn't have Bluetooth. But at least both of these systems will have Wi-Fi on it. You know, I don't know what one I'm keeping to do, you know, the upgrade like I want to do. I'm, you know, I have that in another video. I'll probably do that right after this part here, but I wanted to show two systems I've just picked up. I would say they're pretty cheap, you know, like I've been buying a lot, you know, not a lot, but a couple systems off of shopgoodwill.com, which are kind of starting to believe that site's like they're running some kind of scam stuff on there. Maybe they don't know it, but someone else is raising their prices, because I'll bid on a system and it go for like over $100. Like I'll win the item, like I'll put a certain amount in there, right? Say I put my max bid at like $80, right? Someone will come in and beat me for $1 and get the item. I have someone actually beat me by 1 cent, which is really weird how they beat me by 1 cent when I'm already winning the item, been winning the item for 2 hours. The next bid is usually $1. Some cases you need to bid over $2, so they'd have to outbid me by $1 or $2. Now I can see if I made my bid and I wasn't winning, because this guy bid it 1 cent higher than me as his max bid. So when I made my bid, it's like you already been outbid. You already been outbid because I lost by 1 cent. But I was winning that item. So how did someone else come in and win it by 1 cent when you had to bid by $2, $1? Or in rare cases, you had to upbid. You had to put your minimum of $2 more. So then I'm bidding on other items, right? And they go for high, right? It's like I'm gonna try to get it because I have a different purpose of it. I'm gonna stick under eBay prices. If I can find it on eBay for less, I'm not gonna buy it off here. I gotta estimate shipping and handling. It tells you what shipping and handling is gonna be if you estimate it. I put tax on there. It's like, well, I want to get this for less than eBay price, so this is what I'm gonna bid. That item will go all the way up to my max bid somehow, and I still win it. And they'll have like 4 of them. Guess what? All the rest of them won't hit that. I seen a computer that I accidentally put a 0 instead of a dot. That computer went all the way up to where my max bid was, right? None of the rest of them went that high. All of them went for like $30. Like I have one that I'm not going to buy because I don't know what the heck happened, but the system somehow told me shipping was going to be $20, so I bid off the shipping and handling being $20. I win the item because someone keeps upbidding on me, pushed my item up, my bid all the way to my max bid somehow, and then it stopped at my max bid. So you're thinking, oh, that's good, someone else wanted it too. But then you look at other ones that I saved, they all go for like $40, $40, $50, right? Why did the one I accidentally bid put a 0 instead of a dot, in between it, saying like, this is not the exact price. Say I bid $33.50 or 12 cents. But instead I bid it $3,310. Why did that item go all the way up high? Like it went to $100, $150, $100. All the rest of them that were the exact same computer only go for $40. And I could get on, obviously if this was signed in, I could show you like tons of them that are exact same computers or faster. Like say this one right here. Say I bid it on this one. Video's getting long, but say I bid it on this computer off of Goodwill, right? And eBay, just say I don't know what they sell on eBay. Say they sell for $100 on eBay. So, and they had $20 for shipping. So I got to figure around $25 for shipping and for tax and stuff like that. So it's $20. I put $10 on there for tax and stuff like that. So $30 is set to tax and shipping. So then that tells me if it sells for $100, I want to get it for like maybe $80. This way I could still sell it for 100, resell it once I'm done cleaning it, doing, because I do this as a hobby. So I could still sell it for even at the same price. I list it at the same price as eBay. So that gives me an idea that 30 needs to go for shipping and taxes. So then I want it for 80, so that means I can do 50 on this item. I do my max bid at $50, right? It keeps me under 80. They have like 4 of them, right? So I do my max bid. Some reason I do the first one or the second one, right? They have 4 of them, so the first ones usually don't go that high. It's the last one that goes high if someone really wants one. That last one you should go really high, right? So mine will reach my max bid for some reason. Then the second one, like I said, I put, 50 plus 30 is 80. Yeah, so mine will reach that $50. The second, third, and fourth one will be about 30 or 20. I seen one computer that they sold all like 4 of them or 5 of them that I was trying to win for $100 some. Then every single rest of them went for $45, $50. How is it's every time one of my items that I'm trying to bid on there goes up extremely high? Is it just one person wanting the one that I want that's even worse off? Like, I give you an example. Like, I was doing I don't remember the price of it. It was like an i7 4790, right? A Dell system. Monitor just went to sleep. So it's a Dell system. I bid on it. I lost it to like $1 or $2, right? So it's like, what the heck happened there? Okay. So then it goes back. You look at the other ones, and they're like $50. Why did this one go for 80 or 90 that I'm trying to bid on, but these other ones only went for 40 or 50? Yeah, you could say, oh, because someone wanted that item. It's the first one. That's my point right there. It's the first one. So no one's going to really be wanting to boast up. It's like, I'll let this one slide since the other ones are still low. At that moment, they were low. They're like $13, $14 or $20. That's why I said the last one is going to be the one that goes the highest, because everyone's going to be like, I'm not going to bid that high. I'll go to the next one. No one willing to bid high on none of the other items but the one I'm trying to bid on. Just kind of seems weird to me. Yeah, you could say that someone else is outbidding me because they want it too. There's 4 other ones, right? So the person who outbidded me didn't, wanted this one particularly. Like, if I was winning these, it just seems really weird. It's like, how is an item that I'm actually bidding on going for super high, but then 4 others or 5 others that they have, or even like, say like this one, right? This one has an 8500 in it. I'm bidding on this, and I win this for the $80, the $50 like I put my bid at, because of, $30 for shipping and taxes, because they sell for like $100. It's just a rough estimate, right? But the other 3 that they have that matches this will have an i7 8700 in it, right? And 16 gigs of RAM, and like just totally better specs, right? Mine goes for $50. Them other 3 that they have listed that actually have i7s in them and NVMe's, it can be way better than mine. Even everything be the same as this one, but it have an i7 in it, that will go for like $40. How did the i5 8500 system go for $50, but the system that's identical, same exact model number, but it would have an i7 in it, 8700 in it? How would an 8700 system go for less than the 8500 system? That's what I'm getting to my point. It's like, I bid on items that have less they're lower spec than the other ones, and they come from the same seller, so the shipping is going to be the same for all of them. How does that work out? Like, so then I go to bidding on, like, not the first one or second one, and not the last one. Like, either I bid on the second or the third one, same identical thing happens. Or, because our auction isn't really an auction, it's just a max bid auction, you could say. Because if I bid on an item, my max bid is there, and I'm watching the auction, someone could come in and bid $1 more than your max bid and win the item. To me, an auction is, if that dude decides, I'm going to be one of these guys that just, outbids someone else's max bid by $1 and I win it. It's an auction, right? You go to a live auction, I bid $50, you bid $51. The auctioneer doesn't say, oh, the timer's up, you win it for $51. He says, okay, now do I have $52? Then I could go $52. Even if he had a timer, it's like beep, beep, beep. Need to move on the next item. But guess what? You're $52 now. I bid $52. He bids $53. We go back and forth. That timer means nothing. Goodwill, that timer's there just like by eBay. I think eBay should do the same thing. Shouldn't allow someone to come in at the last minute and win the item for like $1 more. Maybe that other person's willing to bid higher. Even that his max bid is set. His max bid is set probably for he doesn't have to worry about putting in another bid. So he doesn't have to worry about some guy coming in and doing a last minute bid. Like if it's $50 and my max bid is $70, right? I don't have to worry about some guy coming in and winning at $51. I think that's what they need to fix their auction, is actually making an auction. Someone can't come in the last minute. If they come in the last minute, it adds 5 minutes back onto it. This way you have an opportunity to rebid on an item. No, it just seems weird that every item that I try to, not every item, I say probably 7 out of 10 items, some reason go way higher than all the rest of them. Even that the rest of them will be a better computer or identical computer. I'm going to get done with that rant. That's why I haven't really gotten a lot off of shopgoodwill.com lately. I don't know what the deal is, how someone's going to win by not 1 cent. And I don't like the idea that, you bid on an item, maybe they get less shipping. And some of the items, you go on eBay, I can buy them for $100, $150. Some reason on there they'll go for $300. It's like, why would you buy that for $300? I can buy it off. And another thing that's bad too about it, is like if I got this off of shopgoodwill.com, sometimes they'll test them and they'll be like, yeah, we tested, it goes to BIOS. So sometimes they're just like, oh, we don't know if this works or not. And the item will still go for eBay prices. You don't know if this works or not. Like, if I would have bid on this, unless they specifically said, hey, it has Windows 11 on it. Most of them will say untested. But they still go for the eBay prices. Now, you go on eBay, if you buy, there's 2 different computers that you want. They're identical. One is $100. And the other one is $100, right? They supposed to, well, one of them you won't know. You just go off the sticker. So say they both have an i5 sticker. One says untested, untested, $100, buy now. The other one says test it. And you can obviously see they both have i5 stickers in them, right? And the other one says test it, working. What one would you buy? I would buy the one that says $100. Unless they're showing really good pictures of it, and the one that's untested has maybe it has a video card in it and you can see it has more RAM by the pictures he took. But just to say he just took a basic picture of it. He has this computer up, side panels on, a basic picture of both of them. So both listings have basic pictures of them. They both have i5s in it, probably because of sticker. One even, it says like, you know, this is an i5 8400, 8 gigs of RAM, 120 gig SSD, and a 2 terabyte hard drive. It's $100. Free shipping. Just say, make it easy. Free shipping. Then you got the other one that's the same model. You know nothing about it. And as an i5 sticker on the front, so you can kind of assume that maybe they both have i5s in them. Maybe it has the same one. You don't know the capacity of the RAM. You don't know the hard drive. You know, by pictures you could tell both of them don't have a video card in it. So you're like, untested, $100. Have no idea what's up with it. Or I could buy the other one that's known working for $100. What would you pick? I would pick the one that I know works, because in my experience, untested doesn't mean untested. It means I tested it and it doesn't work. I'm not going to mention that, so I'm just going to say it's untested. Like, I was just trying to buy a laptop, a couple laptops from this seller off of eBay. Well, no, I'll give you an example, pure example. Like, even I know Goodwill does it, because I was looking at 4 laptops on shopgoodwill.com, same seller. 2 of them said untested. They're all 4 of them are the same models. 2 of them say untested. And I'm like, okay. Then they have 2 more of them, and they're like, they tell you all the specs, they show on the screen that it works. They tested it, it works. And I'm like, okay, so why is the other 2 untested? They have 4 identical ones, so they have 2 of them that they have a power supply for. If they don't have power supply for the other 2, they can use a power supply from one of the other 2 to test the other 2 and just be like, hey, we tested it, it works, it doesn't have the power adapter. So why 2 out of 4 of them say untested and 2 of them say tested? I think them other 2 were bad and they're just using the untested method. Because if you didn't look at their other listings and see that they had 4 of them, you'd just assume that the other one probably works because it was donated and it works. It just doesn't have the power brick. So they couldn't test it because they didn't have a power brick. But they have 4 of them. And 2 of them they were able to test. So why didn't they test the other 2? Untested. Like, I even bought a laptop from them once. There's a gaming laptop. They said they did a fresh install of the operating system on it. This is what helped me get my money back. They're like, we did a fresh install of the operating system on it. So you obviously, the computer has to work, right? To do a fresh install of the operating system. Okay? I get it, it doesn't completely work. You hit the power button, it turns on, turns off. Turns on, turns off. So I bought another power supply for it. Same identical thing. So I messaged them and like, oh, we listed it as is. I was like, I don't care if it's listed as is. You said you did a fresh install of the operating system, so that tells me it works. Oh, it's as is. So I had to go to support the above them to the support off of shopgoodwill.com and like, hey, I believe this is kind of fraud. Because of the fact that they said they did a fresh install of the operating system on it, that tells me it works. I get in, it doesn't work, and they refuse to give me my money back. So then, you know, the support team that runs, you know, shopgoodwill.com looks at it and it's like, hey, yeah, we found that you're true because the fact that they say that they wiped the hard drive and then did a fresh install of the operating system. So yes, they're gonna give you your money back in shipping and handling and all this, and we'll send you a label to send back. So I still had to waste my time going to FedEx. I think I had to go to FedEx to send it back. So I had to go to FedEx to send it back to get my refund. You know, that kind of thing. I don't know. I'm ranting too much, a long video. Just wanted to check this. If you made it this far, awesome, you know. Leave in the description somewhere, you know, like, was this a good deal? I paid 120. I got 2 of them. You know, I have a purpose for one. I have no purpose really for the other one besides reselling it. You know, after I clean it, do a fresh install of the operating system. You know, like I said, it's dusty, so I will clean it up, put an install in it, and I have a purpose for the other one for myself. You know, because this is actually, you know, 6 cores instead of 4 cores like another system, and the thing I want to do it for, it's kind of slowing it down. But I'm going to leave it at that. We see both systems running. This one, like I said, has an i5 8500 instead of an 8600. That's kind of disappointing, and the fact that this one has the same thing too. You know, two 4 gig sticks of RAM. I was hoping both of them would have one 8 gig stick, so I can pull an 8 gig stick from the other one and make one of them 16 gigs of RAM, because it would be 2666. The extra RAM I have is only like 2400, I believe, or yeah, I think it's 2400 or 2133. So I was gonna pull RAM from that one, put it in one of them, like say this one, make one of them 16 gigs of RAM, and then I have 2 4 gig sticks that I was gonna put in another one to keep that back to 8 gigs, and then resell that one off for even the same price I bought it for, basically like $60 or whatever. You know, but I think I'm gonna ask more for that other computer. Obviously, I had to list it for higher, but I think someone might want it in the building that I live in. I believe I'm gonna put the 730 in that system, because that Octoplex I have a video up on that I is using for retro. And someone else that actually wants that system but without the video card, so they're gonna buy it. I think like $20. I think I told them $20 without the video card, and they can get that. They want it because it has Office activated and stuff on it. But yeah, the video's getting long, but both systems are running. Only downside is, instead of an 8500, they have an 86. And instead of an 8600, they have an 8500. But we'll match what I need it for. Like I said, I'm going to swap out the power supplies before I upgrade it, because it's only 180 gig. I have a power supply. Hopefully that power supply works, because that dude didn't mention something about he believes maybe the power supply didn't work. But this will allow me to actually test that other motherboard. I'm going to keep ranting on, so I'm going to end this video now. Thank you for watching this 50-minute video. If you made it this far, let me know. Say something in the bottom what you think I should do with this system. Obviously the audio just went really low and really far with the thing. And mention, hey, you know, say, yeah, you got a really good deal on this system. You know, I don't know what these sell for on eBay. They probably go for like $80 to $100 maybe on eBay, with the, especially with the configuration that it has right now. I have to, like, I'll probably double side tape this in, or I might just swap out an NVMe SSD to it. Thank you for watching. It's going to be the end of this video, and all you were seeing was the screen of this. Just go zoom back down again, really close up, look, and there's the SSD and the hard drive. Okay, thank you for watching.